Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. I'm going to let you know what happened on The Equalizer on CBS. That's what Queen Latifah and them. Yeah, The Equalizer Season 5, Episode 15 is what we're working with today. I love this show. I keep telling y'all, I love this show. I'm just saying, I love this show. It is what it is. I mean, it's just, again, I like the corny aspect, but I love that it can be seen by the entire family. It's a good, well-written show. You know, I've been watching these types of shows all my life, whether it's a medicine show, police type of show, what do they call it? Suspense like this, you know, like just look, all the old people shows like Columbo. Now, Columbo was before my time, but if anybody remembers Nick at Night, shout out to the aunties and nuts that watch. Remember Nick at Night? That's on Nickelodeon, where they show the old black and whites and the beginning colored shows, not colored as in people, but the color television shows that was coming through. Donna something show, Mr. Ed and all them. Yeah, so Columbo, Murder, She Wrote. I used to watch that with my dad at night before I went to bed. I think it came on Sundays. Angela Lansbury. I think a lot of households used to watch Murder, She Wrote. I believe she won some Emmys throughout her career. That show, I would see her on stage collecting awards like more than Susan Lucci, if you know, you know. But yeah, I love these types of shows. Perry Mason, he was really good. You know, all the good murder mysteries and everything. Anyway, so again, the premise of the show is at the beginning that show you how and what Robin is investigating this episode, why she's getting called in to find out what happened to whoever or whomever. And, you know, it's just a cute little, 30, 40 seconds of why she going to be investigating. So it starts off, it's a little wonky, right? This one's a little different. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. So we see Mel at a bar, and Harry is trying to, he tracks her down, and he's trying to get her to come home. She's not being, to me, like she's not being herself. Like, what is going on? We already know that she has PTSD from her previous works within the military, whatever she was, military, whatever that was. And she recently had a setback. So I'm thinking, well, maybe it's because of that. Maybe she's, you know, losing. Maybe she's hallucinating and she's drinking and everything. So he's literally trying to physically get her. First, he's trying to reason with her. And she's just not giving him any type of indication that she wants to go back home with him. And I'm like, oh, wow, they're having a scene at the bar. Like, this is just so embarrassing. And he, you know, just really adamant about her leaving. So he physically, okay, a man, all I'm seeing is people at the bar turning, looking like, what's going on? They see a man physically trying to remove this woman from the bar. And because she has her tactical skills, like Sweet Tea from Married to Medicine Child, she is winning. You know, she pops him side the head 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, throws him down on the bar. And, you know, so people were looking like, oh man, this man's trying to do something to this woman. But now it's like, oh, she got it. We can go back to what we was doing. And it was like that. That was really weird. I mean, she basically assaulted him, and he's just trying to take her home. And I'm like, is she unstable? What's going on? And then we see that was really an act, right? And I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. So next, Dee is telling Robin that she got drunk the night before. Vi and Dee are in the kitchen. They start making all this unnecessary noise just so it make her headache pound worse. And she was like, oh no. Anyways, like I said, she told Robin that she got drunk at a party last night. Aunt Vi made this brew that apparently Robin is aware of, child, some home remedy. And, an excellent breakfast is the key. And Robin pretty much didn't let her off the hook. That's what she's supposed to do. So now we see Aunt Vi going over to her friend Evelyn's house. They gossiping. Ooh, girl, what's going on? What's going on? And Evelyn tells her about her new boo. I'm like, okay, she got somebody. They all just gossiping like schoolgirls. Next, we see Robin finishing up her conversation with Dee, pretty much trying to ask her, what is pretty much what I'm saying is, what is the underlying reason why Dee is acting out the way she's been acting out, taking the car out, just not being herself. So Dee pretty much states that she is not doing well, So just to give her a little more confidence, Robin told her, I said, okay, well, you're going to stay home and help me work on my dad's car in the garage. Put on some messy clothes and meet me out in the garage. All right. So now we see Mel. Again, she looking all aggressive and everything. So she parks her car in a parking spot on the street, free parking. This guy pulls up right behind her. He's letting her know she's parked in his usual parking spot because he works right across the street. She reminded him it's a free parking, it's a street parking. He comes in real aggressive, like, in her personal space. She's trying to tell him to back up. I'm not that type. And he's just really in her face. And then she starts to have a panic attack. And she pulls out her Smith & Wesson friend, puts it in his neck, and told him to skedaddle. He apologized. He all scared. He probably got a little pee in his drawers. And then next thing you know, she goes to her therapist's office and lets the therapist know what happened. And again, she has PTSD. And things have been happening lately. Right? Things have been happening lately. So she was advised to get her support system together, which is Harry, her husband. But she's been keeping it from him as a secret. Child. That's never good. Aunt Vi. Okay, now Aunt Vi may have insulted her friend Evelyn's man. They had a little lunch after Evelyn was telling Aunt Vi, and they were all gossiping because he was on his way over. She wanted Aunt Vi to meet him, so to give her opinion, but at the same time, let her know about her new boo, this accomplished man who is a businessman, and he's just, he's wealthy, he's established, he's cultured, and he's a distinguished gentleman. And if you watch the movie with Eddie Murphy, that's the context clue. If you know, you know. So now, Aunt Vi was in her bag, like for instance, they were having a discussion about business, and she mentioned a certain type of she knew about the process and was shocked at how cavalier he was with how he gets through his business dealings. And Aunt Vi questioned his processes and how he moves through them. because she knows how difficult it could be. I'm like, So, it was challenging for the man, but not rude. She was just, so anyway, I don't want to get into all of what he was talking about. That's just the gist of it. So Aunt Vi happened to, go by and anyway, she thinks she may have insulted Evelyn's man during lunch. So she's just real, upset about it. Then we see Mel about to tell Harry she's back from her therapy appointment, and he's just, trying to wait for her to let him know how she's doing because he knows she's off. And so Aunt Vi comes in right when she's about to tell him about her chronic PTSD that she's been going through. Aunt Vi comes in and wants some help. They're like, oh yeah, sure. And she lets them know about her friend Evelyn's man, gave him his name and everything, and she just has a bad vibe about him. And so they look him up and everything, and while she's driving, she's getting all the info. And so she knows that she needs to apologize. Oh, shoot. So then she calls him up, gets his number from Evelyn, and apologizes. She didn't mean to, make him feel like he couldn't be trusted with, her having so many questions. She's usually not so intrusive, but because she was familiar with the subject matter, it just sparked her to ask questions, and she hopes that it doesn't really, mess up the flow of things. And he was like, no problem, girl, it's all good. So after he hangs up with her, we see he at the Ritz-Carlton with some heifer in the tub, and she got a glass of something and a bubble bath, letting her know he about to take her to Paris. That ain't Evelyn. He ain't right. See, Aunt Vi was right. He ain't right. Trifling so-and-so. Anywho, next we see Robin. They're driving around. She's asking Dee more so, why would she overreact to the rejection letter? Like she was trying to explain earlier. Dee says she's worked so hard and she's just disappointed that her hard work was for nothing. And the fact that the school that rejected her was one of the so-called lesser schools on her list. Like, girl, all these colleges offer the same thing. Anyway, because that school was so low on her list of importance, she felt she wasn't as important as well, even though she's been working her butt off, doing this and doing that, preparing to get into certain schools that, that promote certain types of projected wealth for their students, the Princetons and all the other colleges like that, highfalutin colleges. Like, girl, like I said, all these colleges offer the same career. Well, shoot, not now. Maybe at the time of filming, because this doggone fool is in office trying to get rid of the Department of Education. Child, anyway, it's a whole nother can. This is not about what's happening now. It's about the equalizer. As you can see, it's bothering me. I hope it's bothering you too. Calling your congressperson, letting them know what they need to do for the best interest of this country and not trying to pad somebody's pockets. Where was I, child? And lost my track on my notes. Where was I? Oh, yeah, so Dee is disappointed. And then while they're driving, they come across this dessert place that tickles their fancy, and Dee lets Robin know that there's one around the corner or whatever. She's like, what? Girl, you know where to go. That's where we're about to go, because Dee is driving. And so she now this was a mistake. I don't know why Robin did this. She said, well, I'm gonna get out, stay here, even though you're not supposed to be parked here. Wink, wink. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get us our stuff. Don't go nowhere, girl. So Robin comes back. Dee is gone. The car's there, but Dee is gone. I hope she took the key and didn't leave the key inside, child. No telling. Anyway, that was right before Dee looks at her email and gets really worried while Robin is in there. Then, like I said, Robin come out. Dee is gone. Child, what is going on with this child? So, like I said, Nigel, that's Evelyn's boo, has another woman, and he's taking her to Paris. And so Harry investigated him, found all kind of stuff about this man, child. He got all kind of AKAs, as also known as his alias. And he's on plenty of dating websites, all of the same MO. And come to find out, there's a few ladies out there that's been swindled. And he found one lady. Of course, he found somebody that Aunt Vi can talk to. So then Aunt Vi gets the number, finds out who it is, and finds out that the woman lost $100K. Child. So that's all Aunt Vi need to know. She got all the intel from that lady. So then now we see Aunt Vi finds out all that info and goes back to her friend Evelyn. Tells Evelyn what's going on the phone. But she said, I had to get, girl, I'm on my way to you because that motherfucker man it ain't no good. He's a swindler. I had him investigated, and I'm already met with one of his victims. She lost about $100K, and that's when Evelyn just started panicking. Looked like she probably peeing on herself. Talking about, I just gave him $250K. That's my total life savings. I don't have any more money. Child. Couldn't be me. I'm skeptical. Like I said, I ain't with the foolishness. I ain't with the, no, I'm a special type. You can't, this wouldn't have worked on me. No shade to Evelyn, but girl, see, when you desperado, things happen. Anyway, what else? 250K. Oh, so then they enlist Detective Dante to help because they know that Nigel has a flight that's leaving in a few hours. So remember that scene I told you about? Mm-hmm. Where Mel's at the bar and Harry tracked her down and he's trying to get her out and she beat him upside his head and doing that was a scene. It wasn't real. So the scene was to catch the attention of Nigel. They found out where he was, of course, pinged his phone and everything, child. He's leaving on a flight out of the country and all of his monies and things are in the Caymans. And everybody know, look, everybody grown know the Caymans is where you can put your money and it can't get touched. It's like going to Bali. Mm-hmm. We all know why people go to Bali, to escape things. So the money can escape as well. Put it down there in the Caymans because the Caymans, they their government is quite different. To make a long story short, you can hide any money in the Caymans and it cannot be accessed or touched by any agency that would usually take the money out and use for either investigate it or use it for some type of restitution of sorts. So when, I ain't telling you what to do, but I'm just telling you what's going on if you didn't know. So yeah, so they find out that he made a large, that the actual deposit went to his accounts in the Caymans, and he always tells his victims, make it out as a gift so that it'll be easier transaction-wise. But no, that's a scam because when you give people gifts, they're not required to give it back. Ain't that some shit? Child. Because if you give people money, it's usually for a reason. Because, all they're going to do is get a forensic accountant, check folks' accounts. They don't usually just give out money this large amount to certain, for anything. So why would they give it to you? So again, when you label it as a gift, y'all, every time you label money as a gift and it's some type of tracking on it, and that tracking has gift as the reason for the transaction, don't expect that money back. It's a scam. Unless it is a gift. But if it wasn't intended for a gift, child, you need to check who you dealing with. So anywho, so the name of the game was to get his phone and have access to his phone and have it so that they can put a virus on the phone, airdrop a virus on the phone. So the phones have to be real close to each other. And then they can, that virus will extrapolate the money back from his account so that the people can be made whole. So that was the whole point in that disagreement slash issue that Mel and Harry had at the bar. So they go back to that scene, right? And they see Nigel over there in the back watching, like, oh, okay. And they hear, so there's more dialogue between Mel and Harry, pretty much letting the bar know that she has lots of money, ding, 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 and she can do whatever she wants to with it, ding, 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 and that he needs to leave her alone. It's over. I'm done with you. I'm going to find me somebody else. I'm going to find me a new boo. Ding, ding, ding. So that all that got his ears percolating, you know? So after Harry leaves her at the bar, here come Nigel fishing. So Harry hears everything, and Detective Dante hears everything. And so they're just trying to make it so she can be close to him and airdrop the actual virus on. So he's letting her know, well, you know, I may be able to help you, little lady. You know, they're talking about business all of a sudden, and he's a businessman and he does investments and yada, yada. And, you know, she's like, oh, I'd love to invest my money. He's like, well, you know, maybe we can talk later about the flight to catch. And she's trying to stall him to put the airdrop the virus on his phone. So she said, well, take my number down, woo, 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 woo. And so while he gets her number, or she's getting his number, that's when she puts the virus down, airdrops it into his phone. And so she kind of keeps them talking enough to see the progress made when it's going from 0 to 100% complete. Before it gets to that, she has a dang panic attack, child. And so she drops her phone. He picks it up and sees that she's, you know, doing her thing, trying to airdrop the virus onto his phone. And he stops it, runs out. And then that's when Harry runs back in and finds her on the bathroom floor, having her attack. And he lets her know that it didn't work, but that's okay. We got plan B. Plan B is Detective Dante. So Detective Dante is following him to his car. Child, let me tell you what happened. Detective Dante, child, steps in, knocks him over the head, child. Sure did. Helps out big time. Big time, big time. Then finds, and then so that's how they were able to get the money back from airdropping the virus onto his phone. So Via's on the phone. It's all music playing, so they're just showing us the conversation without us hearing the conversation, because Aunt Vi was on the phone letting them know that she's in a hospital with her friend Evelyn, who took some pills because she was stressed. Not that it was an overdose, but anywho, they're in the hospital, and Aunt Vi is telling her friend Evelyn that they were able to get her money back and pretty much everybody else's money back, because Harry investigated and found out exactly who all he swindled. So that whole plot and ploy is debunked for him. And also, come to find out, Dee is roaming the streets because Dee found out that her friends, now remember she got the email, that all her friends got into Princeton, where she wanted to go. And she's right now still waiting to hear back from anybody. The only thing she heard back from was the rejection letter from that particular school that was last on her list. So Robin had to let her know, girl, don't worry about that. That's something that you cannot worry yourself to this extent because you cannot control. Don't worry about things you cannot control. That was the basis of it all, y'all. You cannot worry about things you cannot control. Just like with Evelyn, Aunt Vi's friend, all this extra medication because you may be in the poorhouse, girl. All that worrying and carrying on. And here you are, safe and sound, just like Dee. So, yeah, that was it. That was Equalizer Season 5, Episode 15. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you for tuning in. And we'll catch you next time. Bye. All day.